Once upon a time, on an island, there lived an unprivileged couple. They were as poor as a church mouse, but luckily, the presence of the massive mangrove forest in that island supported the couple to remain alive, since day and night they consumed mangrove apples to satisfy their hunger. At last these unpleasant-smelling mangrove apples became their savior. Still in their unfortunate state, they lived gladly in their tiny unstable hut, which was situated at the center of the mangrove forest. After some time, the woman conceived a lovely baby girl. Clearly the girl was the apple of her parents' eye. Whenever her parents were occupied in a chore, the shade of the mangrove tree protected the newborn girl while she was placed to nap beneath the tree. When the baby girl began to show some interest towards the food, the mother offered her a delish mangrove apple pulp for the first time. As the girl grew, she found great pleasure to eat mangrove apples. Also, she became extremely fascinated by the mangrove forest, and she was undeniably devoted to the mangrove forest. Although the girl was illiterate, she possessed all the knowledge of the mangrove forest, and the mangrove forest was no mystery to her. As she got matured, she turned remarkably attractive. However, she was completely hidden from the rest of the world. But on one fortunate day, the royal ship arrived to the island with a young unmarried king. When the young king perceived the lush mangrove, he yearned for an exploration, as he was suffering from a boredom. So the young king entered into the forest in a bold manner and ventured. Later his ears caught an enchanting carol which lured him towards the young forest girl. When the young king saw the mangrove forest girl, he was struck by her beauty, which was phenomenal. So in a heartbeat, he decided to make her his wife. He declared to his guards to escort the young woman to his ship, and the young woman was finally taken to his palace, to become his queen. However, at first, she felt greatly unhappy to leave the mangrove forest, but when she got exposed to royal palace and grand living standard, she felt blissful as she now ate the elegant delicacies and looked very presentable. Regularly she wore fancy silks and luxurious jewelry. She looked pretty as a picture in her fancy clothes. Bitterly day by day she became too full of herself, and was greatly impolite to others. She believed that she was superior and others were inferior. A few years later, some people from her island visited the city on a trading journey. They went to the palace and requested for an audience, stating that they had a present for the queen. The audience was granted to them. "What brings you here?" The aloof young queen inquired them. "Your Majesty, we are from your island, friends of your parents. Don't you recall us?" The young queen disregarded their question and inquired, "What is inside that basket?" One of the men uttered, "This is the gift we brought for you, Your Majesty. We thought that you would be delighted to eat some mangrove apples, as they don't grow here in the city." The man offered a mangrove apple to the young queen, and the queen observed the mangrove apple like she has never seen it before in her entire life. The queen uttered in wonder, "This is an interesting fruit. Is it attached to the tree from above or below?" The young queen, who used to be the young mangrove forest girl, has intentionally erased her roots. "But we shouldn't. We should never forget where we came from, grow higher and higher. But always remember your roots, remain humble and real. Life is too brief to be fake. So be yourself."